Good evening, YouTube. Old Rusty here. Quick here to show off a cherry grove. I wanted to show this off a little bit here. So I've been playing around with it for just a minute, and some stuff I've come to realize is this isn't mangrove, but it's still pretty interesting. So they have deliberately introduced mechanics into this tree to make it more difficult to farm. If there is a single leaf block above the sapling, it will never grow. Same with the wood. But moss. Oh, we're good. And muddy mangrove roots also. I believe dirt as well, but I haven't really messed with it. So this farm, or this tree can grow in either of the cardinal directions, east to west or north to south, and it's completely random when it does it. So the difficulty in designing a farm here is there is essentially a 5x5 area above that sapling that if there is a single leaf, it will not do anything. You know, just a nice whole big square. So this is essentially what we are looking at for purposes of the leaves. This is aggravating because it's really hard to automate a farm here, or even semi-automate it, whenever you are literally waiting for all these leaves to decay, because it takes a while. And to make it even worse, unlike with mangrove, you know, there's no bone mealing this. You can't bone meal this. It's literally like you have to wait for it to decay or break it yourself with a hoe, preferably. So, where does that leave you? How do you kind of semi-automate this thing with all these rules in place? Well, I have devised a handy little system here. So, whenever it grows, I have a double piston extender. Utilizes the mangrove muddy mangrove roots to push it even further. On this side then, you have sticky pistons that'll sit there and reach out and grab it. And then you have another double piston extender here to force it into the cube maker. And then from there, it just feed tapes in, comes over here and inputs it. I've got 5 high because this seems to be the sweet spot for limiting the leaves. So what I've done here is create a 5x5 by almost 7 cube here, starting at height at Y level 6, 6 spaces above the growing platform, and then it's just all solid moss. No leaves can ever form here. That's it. End of discussion. I've also got a wall of moss blocks on one of the cardinal directions, just to simplify the whole feed here. So does this mean I'm losing out on half of my wood? More than half. On the bright side, I get to do this. And it works. Now, the good thing about having all this moss here, though, is it stops the wood from forming, but the leaves will still. But then the leaves aren't attached to any wood, so then they'll decay. And, of course, I have my one little ally friend here just flying around. He's around here somewhere. And his job, sometimes he gets caught in there. All he does is fly around and come bring them to me. See? And there they go, decaying again. So the purpose of the obsidian was I just wanted to simplify this firing because this still has a random pattern of growing. So the obsidian on both sides just makes it so that's not an issue. This one fires. You know, that's 12 hopper clock here. Actually seemed to be the sweet spot. Double piston fires, sticky piston fires, and then the one to the feed tape. You could come up with a better timing circuit, I'm sure. In this case, just because of the nature of the double pistons I'm using here, I had to use two readings in order to keep it running long enough. Because if you take a look, all it is some observers, and that fires them off. So again, runs on a clock. You just kind of time it putting in there. I'm completely out of bone meal. Well, that's pretty much it. Comparative clock dispenser. Couple pistons. A lot of moss blocks. Muddy mangrove roots. It's not the most bone meal efficient by any means. But it is fairly quick. And this will just feed up until it hits 12. Just wanted to show this off a quick. Cherry tree farm. Not that hard to build if you are willing to go collect a lot of moss. Because I figured moss was the easiest. Old Rusty out.